temperatures dropping in Taiwan, Tzu Chi volunteers hand out food and blankets to the homeless. Pair musicians listen and produce daily music based upon Master Zheng Yan's wisdom at dawn. I'm Sean Scanlan. This is DaAi Headlines. Let's get started. In Taiwan, the temperature is cooling, and many are beginning to worry about the homeless. TIMA and Tainan Tzu Chi volunteers specially visited the homeless with warm blankets and bread, giving them a bit of warmth during the winter. Take a look.
The blankets and the bread were prepared by Tainan Tzu Chi volunteers and TIMA team for the homeless individuals.
The temperature has dropped drastically at night. We care about their physical condition, so we came to care and sent them blankets and some bread.
Unfolding the blankets to become a mattress, just to keep the homeless individuals sleeping on the floor of the subway warm enough.
If we haven't volunteered with Tzu Chi, we can't reach those in the forgotten corners of society. Now we bring them a blanket to keep them warm.
The TIMA daughters specially squatted down to listen to the homeless individual talking about his physical conditions carefully.
We make use of Tzu Chi volunteers after work time to come care for the homeless individuals together. I heard that the Social Bureau is working on tidying up their living environment.
Let them feel a little warm on this cold winter night.
Volunteers visited the homeless individuals to send them care in a cold night, just to let them feel the warmth of society.
Tzu Chi Philippines Chapter continues to provide assistance to grassroots individuals battling the pandemic. They visited Antipolo City, where a distribution of rice and daily necessities helped 221 residents who rely on recycling for their livelihoods. Here's more. Volunteers work together in a relay line to move supplies as the Tzu Chi Philippines Chapter provided aid to more than 200 scavengers for the second month in Antipolo City.
I'm old and I don't make much money from picking up waste, so I help people do laundry and earn 300 pesos a week. But now everything is expensive and such little money can't buy anything.
Before COVID-19, I pick up the recyclables every day. It was about 500 pesos in income. But due to the pandemic, I can't get out as I only get 200 pesos per day.
The pandemic has affected the lives of ordinary people in the market. These grassroots workers who earn money as laborers every day are unable to work and their incomes have dropped sharply. Tzu Chi sent rice and daily necessities to help solve their immediate difficulties.
Thank you, Tzu Chi, for these supplies, because now I have rice, soy sauce, vinegars, etc. After having these daily necessities, I can save money to buy other necessities.
Many people are waiting to receive the supplies, also cast their love, hoping that this donation can extend to others.
I like saving money to help others. I share your supplies with the children. I also want them to donate a small amount of money. This is a good blessing.
Every scavenger who received these supplies had previously been struggling to survive, and this aid has helped lighten their heavy burden. As Taiwan Tzu Chi is raising funds for COVID vaccines, Tzu Chi volunteers around the world mobilized to help. In the United States and Canada, volunteers made vegetarian dim sum for a charity sale. Take a look.
After October, Canada is picturesque, but this group of people have no time to appreciate it because they have more important things to do.
This time we make Hakka rice cake to raise vaccine funds for the Taiwanese.
The charity sales for vegetarian dim sum has been lasted for 4 consecutive weeks with different dishes every week. All of them were cooked by volunteers who are not professional chefs, but all with professional spirit. Wang Zhuyun, a Tzu Chi volunteer who was just certified this year, also brought her 10-month-old daughter to join.
I am very grateful. I especially told her to be good as I am coming to volunteer today. I think this represents the loving hearts of all Tzu Chi brothers and sisters. So I have to be very careful in handling every finished product.
A similar scene also appeared in the United States, but because of the pandemic, volunteers first made snacks separately at home and then gathered together to pack them. This online charity sale with the theme of Taiwanese snacks received an enthusiastic response from the public.
Carrot cakes and Hakka rice cakes. All these are the food we can't usually eat.
I have brought Hakka rice cakes, red bean pastry, and vegetarian meatballs. All these are the things I like very much. They're my childhood memories.
This is great because you get great food and you support a good cause.
In Australia, since the second wave of pandemic broke out in mid-July last year, Tzu went to Martyr Hospital once every 2 months to deliver delicious vegetarian lunchboxes to healthcare workers and staff. Upon learning that Taiwan Tzu Chi is raising vaccine fund as a team to fight the pandemic, it is even more obligatory for them to join.
Today, we'd like to express our deep admiration to Master Zheng Yan and Tzu Chi for the ambitious and important role in raising funds to purchase 5 million COVID vaccines for the people of Taiwan. And from MARTA, we're very proud to play a very small part in helping this project. Thank you.
From the Northern Hemisphere to the Southern Hemisphere, the power of love is connected, working together to eliminate the pandemic.
In the past 3 years, 2 Tzu Chi volunteers have woken up early each morning to listen to the Master's wisdom at dawn. They put the day's teachings into song form to share with others. Recently, they started their own live broadcast. Here's more. When I listen to the Master's wisdom at dawn, I always take notes, but my notes are not typical. I write it in the form of a song. That's what our program is called, Wisdom at Dawn Musical Notes.
The Master has said before, in the future, spreading Dharma isn't done by speaking alone. It can be done musically as well.
I got to know teacher Zhuang Niu when I was about 19, Gao Yuan, and I both got to know Tzu Chi at the same time because of teacher Zhuang Niu, the lyricist, had passed away.
In Chongqing at the Teacher's Memorial, I saw so many people wearing the blue and white uniform, and I didn't know who they were at first. Then I found out that they were Tzu Chi volunteers.
I began to write my first song when Master Zheng Yan heard the song Ming Ming Bird. She asked me if I could write a song each day.
When the teacher left me, I felt as if my direction in life was cut off. I was missing something it seemed. Thankfully, Tzu Chi volunteers were there to help me see things in another way. When I began learning about Tzu Chi music, I slowly changed my way of singing. I feel that perhaps a song with a lot of fancy trios involved might not always be such a good thing. Now when I sing songs about Buddhism, I will treat it as a challenge for myself.
I have felt it. It's what the master refers to as one's true self. I'm only expressing my inner child who loves music and singing. That's the best, highest true self. In Buddhism, that's the highest wisdom obtained.
The master reminds her disciples to not only learn from her wisdom each day, but we need to take action to serve the community.
Music should be diverse. Through music, no matter if it's pop music or classical, when more people join in writing music, doesn't this mean that the Master's Dharma can be spread to the next generation in all different channels? And the ideal is that everyone enjoys the music and everyone enjoys singing it. Student Zhong, who was in the 10th grade, had a very hard life as his father had a stroke and his mother became ill. His father passed away in September. Now he cares for his mother. Tzu Chi volunteers have accompanied them the entire way.
I tell you, I have a pot of homemade dried tofu, oily tofu and winter melon for you to eat. Don't just eat canned food. I've known him since he was younger. Either his father or mother was hospitalized, so he must take leave from school to take care of his parents. His mother has no such ability to take care of his father.
I will separate his medicine for him, and he uses a bedpan as he has mobility issues. Then I have to clean a pan from time to time as he sometimes wears diapers. I also need to bring him to have a follow-up treatment and get injections. My mother cannot handle all these. Even if I teach her, she will forget.
He has a very hard life as he needs to bear the responsibility of his parents. Sometimes when I think of him, my heart aches for him.
These are my award certificates received in elementary school. I only got a few in middle school because I was absent from school a lot then. My father said it feels better to post them on the wall. Back then, I always wanted to study hard to achieve good results at school to make him happy. However, after he passed away, I lost the motivation to study and feel 40% is good enough.
Because his mother's feet hurt a while ago, she just sat on a chair and didn't move, so their house is very smelly and dirty. open that door first. Sometimes I will ask him to do clean with me. I just want to accompany these adolescent children all the way. Of course, there are many challenges, because they are not so willing to listen to us seniors. Yet, I think only by keeping them company can they see hope. He has a lot of feelings in his heart, but he doesn't know how to express them. So he simply wrote them down on these feedback notes to Tzu Chi after receiving the New Scholarships Award. In fact, I was very touched. It's very worth it to care for him like this, because he accepts us in his heart. Being older now, he should understand our kindness.
In Taichung, Tzu Chi volunteer Shu Chaoru has been a vegetarian for 11 years. She gave birth to a daughter after marriage and obtained a nanny license to accompany her child. She works as a babysitter to take care of several other children. No matter how hard it is, she insists on making vegetarian meals every day. At first, parents had doubts and worried about insufficient nutrition. Later, they found that their kids are very healthy after eating vegetarian food. Here's more.
Wow, you see, the frog is very hot. It keeps sweating.
The picture book story draws children's attention.
The earth has a fever. It's very hot, isn't it?
Enjoying the happy time surrounded by children, Xu Qiaoru is a professional babysitter. When the kindergarten is off, her 5-year-old daughter Lele becomes her helper. Lele is an obedient girl with mild temper. She was a vegetarian baby and is also the main reason for her mother to change her job.
As I had a time gap after giving birth, I went to take the exam for babysitter certification. Later, I decided to spend more time with my child, so I changed my work as a babysitter.
Having vowed to promote vegetarianism, she cooked different vegetarian dishes for the children every day. She would take photos of various vegetarian dishes for record, so that the parents who are originally worried about not having enough nutrition can rest assured.
After a month or two, I found my baby has gained weight. Even though he had vegetarian meals, his mobility is good as well.
I won't add any seasonings, so they actually eat the most natural flavor of food. But I will make the food into different shapes or appearance. For example, I will make flower-shaped rice balls or press vegetables into different shapes. So when the children who are not used to eating vegetables will first take the carrot to eat.
It is not easy to persist in promoting vegetarianism. Xu Qiaoru and her husband were once Tzu Chings and also come from Tzu family. The family love is their biggest support and motivation for promoting vegetarianism.
To plant seeds of kindness through vegetarianism.
The concentration of methane in the atmosphere is now at the highest level recorded in 40 years. Emissions mainly come from animal husbandry, fossil fuel production, and waste industries. A series of measures hope to curb methane emissions by 45% in 10 years, but the quickest change is switching to a plant-based diet. Here's more. Before the market starts, there are people lining up with their own reusable takeaway containers.
What is special here is that you have to bring your own takeout box. The customer has already given me the lunchbox, though it doesn't start until 4 o'clock. They come first and wait over there. Once someone even brought their frying pan from home for our pizza.
The no-meat market is a gathering place for vendors who promote vegetarian food. Many people come from far away, driving or taking the train, just to come here to find delicious veggie food.
We want to save energy and reduce carbon, so we can live in a better world. That's why we decided to get involved.
Chen was originally the owner of a food stall which sold meat. After learning that vegetarian food can reduce carbon and slow climate warming, he decided to switch from meat to vegetarian food.
We thought it was difficult at first because we would be limited in the food we offered, but the two of us are lucky because we were exposed to this diet. And there are many good friends who make vegetarian food around us who will share their gourmet food. So in the end, we decided just go ahead. During the process of converting to vegetarian food, we found that it was not so difficult. It seemed that it was no different from meat actually.
Cheng was studying airplane repair, and by chance he learned Italian pizza with a friend. And then he became interested in starting a business. When deciding to switch to a vegetarian stall, his mother was most worried because he would have to develop all new customers.
We have never been exposed to vegetarian food. As parents, we are afraid that he will not be able to do it, and I just can't bear for him to fail. But he said we'll try our best while we can. We can only support him. To be honest, his father didn't accept vegetarian food in the beginning. But now, sometimes at home, he will ask for a slice of pizza.
His parents became fans of vegetarian pizza because of him. In order to serve more vegetarians, Chen Zhirong took his stall to travel across Taiwan. He also often went to nursing homes and nurseries to do charity work. Sometimes he sets up a tent and stays overnight by the side of the road, then goes to the next stop at dawn.
We have done it for almost a year now. We have gone more than 30,000 kilometers, which is about 3/4 of the Earth.
Previously, when cooking meat food, we were limited to the urban area of Kaohsiung, and there were no cross-country trips. After switching to vegetarian food, we found that our world has become broader due to promoting vegetarianism. This is helpful for the planet's carbon reduction. This is our motivation to go out each time.
Today, those who gather with Chen Zhirong at Jiangjun village in Hsinchu are all partners in promoting vegetarianism.
More and more young people are willing to accept vegetarianism. We are all 30-somethings, and from now on, the more we eat, the younger we will be.
According to a study published by Nature Food in 2021, 19% of the world's carbon emissions are derived from animal food, producing nearly 9.8 billion tons of carbon dioxide each year. This figure is not only the emissions from livestock, but also includes the feed used to grow them.
Being vegetarian is not just being eco-friendly, but it also has resonance for human beings which have caused this trouble for the environment, and is a kindness and compassion.
In the past 60 years, global meat consumption has doubled, and meat consumption is estimated to increase by 76% by 2050. Currently, 26% of the Earth's land is used for raising livestock or growing feed. Statistics show that more than 80% of the world's deforestation incidents are related to agriculture and animal husbandry.
In our United States office, they have a very large team that specializes in Amazon rainforest research. Actually, every year, we see deforestation not just in the Amazon rainforest. There are lots of deforestation behaviors in other areas, and 81% are attributed to the needs of animal husbandry.
It is not easy to change the eating habits that a person is accustomed to since childhood, but to save the environment, we may need to start with what we put on the table. Tzu Chi in Washington, D.C. organized an online vegetarian charity sale with volunteers cooking at home to produce 14 types of Taiwanese snacks, which were prepared and packaged and sent to 3 different locations for pickup. We leave you with these images. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.